today. From Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Marcus Mariota and the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they too were winners. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season now in silver and black, Derek Carr.
And the rumors were pretty strong. The teams asked about him in the offseason. But for once, got a pretty firm not available from the Raiders. Now in his 8th season as a Raider, still yet to appear in a playoff game. But last year, really solid numbers again. A third straight 40,000-yard campaign, 27 touchdowns, just 9 interceptions, and the highest analytical rating of his career. Derek Carr is one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. That's to the former Steeler wideout, Antonio Brown. This down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me, with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. 7 yards, the pickup there. To throw again on second down. Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow.
And Hunter Renfrow has given them great production for a 5th-round pick. 56 catches last season. And we know he's famous for being third in Renfrow, but I think he's pretty good on first and second down, too.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Carr now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Ray McCloud to return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they're led out by the former number 2 overall pick from Oregon in his 7th season now. It's Marcus Mariota.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Play fake, Mariota. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Mariota now from the 50. Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing before for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Mariota. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mariota. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And Antonio Brown yet to get back on his feet. Apparently shaking up that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Now a play fake, Carr. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Ray McCloud deep for Pittsburgh. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The numbers from last week's game for Ebron. 7 catches, 97 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
And that's why you spend a 1st-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Mariota on 1st down. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, this is Harris.
A very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the 1st round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
On 2nd down, it's Harris. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Mariota. Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Nassib. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
In recent years, pass rush has been a problem for the Raiders. Just 21 sacks in 2020. That ranked 29th in the NFL. What they just did right there, a better example of what they're seeking.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. And Boswell's kick is good. And he'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against the Baltimore Ravens, and they have the lead here as well. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing to start the drive. Carr. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Looking downfield for... And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting 2.
Well, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought it may go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them, and it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating. Definitely plenty of relief, though.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been located. Yeah, that's on the rookie first-round pick, Alex Leatherwood. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Here's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a first down. That is caught inside the 5. And the Raiders are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steelers ready for their next possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Looking to throw again on second down. Mariota incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
On 4th down, the rookie Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr, throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now Carr. Man open, here is Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. To throw, it's Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Carr again. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They go with Jacobs. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw
under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. 125 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Carr. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. T.J. Watt gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. It's brought in by Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he will have a 1st down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. The final shot here before half for Carr. Back to Renfro again, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, and that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. DJ Chark, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets, and they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Mac Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Here's 2nd and 10. Mariota to throw it. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run again with Harris. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And he will have a Steelers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Now a first down carry for Harris. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Five yards remain on 2nd down. To throw is Mariota. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mariota now. And this is going to be incomplete. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
From midfield, here's Carr. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
Stephon Tuitt bounced back from injury in 2019 to fashion together a heck of a season in 2020. Top 10 in the NFL with a career-high 11 sacks. He's one of the best interior defenders in the game.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Mariota. And that is incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out come the Raiders.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them...
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long.
From the gun, it's Carr.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second down and 3.
Carr gonna throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Carr. That's into the hands of Edwards. 3 yards the gain there, second down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 35. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Once again, it's Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They hand this off to Harris. 70 yards rushing for him now to this point. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a toss play. It's Harris. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Mariota. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the 1st down.
So tough to defend just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. On the draw, it's Harris. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Mariota. Bind, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. That escapes the sack. His throw incomplete. 2nd and 10. Again, it's Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And they're going to have themselves another first down. A tackle's made at the Steelers' 43.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Carr now on first down. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Caught on the right side by Jones. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Carr to throw again. That's caught by Waller out left side. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
From the 13, they work on 1st and 10.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
94 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's Carr to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota.
Quick completion here to Johnson.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mariota. Dancing to his left. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Working out of the gun, Mariota.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing, Mariota. Rolling to his left. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs.
Joe Schobert, number 4 in the NFL in tackles last year, in to make the stop.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 30.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
And he's gonna miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
To throw, Mariota. Flushed out right. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mariota. He finds his man, complete. It's Harris. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Flush to his, it comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Raiders pick it up. The 30, 10, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Carlson now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Throwing is Mariota. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
3rd and short yardage. Mariota. Ebron with it over the middle.
And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Again, it's Mariota. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. The ball comes out, and the Raiders have recovered. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
On first down, Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its face. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On second down, it's Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Las Vegas,
it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return.